zo, wat net zie we zie wat lapens. Twee misure aan moest je Lewis batta so che se dobbio su quanto oggi su Wizards, mi si vanno su questi inizio che è che mi scrive today perché ha bad so season da medio win new at cortino di Flowers long Flowers mix stream plants so this is perhaps no this is new curtains last number one and I'm getting November 1 sul birthday of previous in particular third birthday previous curtain beautiful grey curtain with beautiful painted with branches but lip and all the passage on previous new curtain also things little meant one of my comment section it should be the third point first comment or perhaps fourth comment is and yes see read the comment section I don't know if you can see it really well from the shot near enemy I think yes see also the green flowers longer flowers mixed with new plants. Or if not even better, surely better is a shot practice first part of video which Perugia I showed you whether scattered from this other from this window. That is a classic window, a classic room. Also there is also the other room. Or from this other project a shot similar to the classical shot film more than 3 years ago for the previous curtain bit beautiful grey curtain and beautiful painted mesh perhaps also for the first curtain all the story with the rest of the color of the curtain if I don't remember exactly this surely color curtain is still in the cover image and one day as I don't know change it and this shot is also related to the effect both when there is a technology shoot and also when there is but more when there is because the effect is measure I also read a little picture sentence non so si chiese il solito for previous curtain beautiful grey curtain with the beautiful the benches perhaps so si chiese for first curtain color curtain so si chiese perhaps and also si chiese se non remember exactly and also si chiese now I'll say it for the curtain sorry but repeat the expression also si chiese for first time and this little speech sentence si dice but also and always better visible for me in its entirety in this shot at the second si mitico legenda shot. Zeker dicono le shooter con ottimismo e fantomistic ottimismo questi sono last October but this is important because important also today optimism and also now I see led the latest speech sentence used for the curtain also for it because also valid also for it so I repeat once again but also and always better visible for me its entirety in this shot at this point this mythical regenerate shot. And finally, from a mythical keyboard in IGX 614 APG 625 also music is this mythical legendary shot. Yeah, getting all the people for legendary person. Let's like getting to era. Sono buone my sister. Also to myself, to us, excuse. And finally, I hope you all have a great breakfast. Today it's really late in general. Also, I say, also for my hours, as I'm many meetings since last December 31, 2025, for the first time, that occasion, late for my hours, but not at all from one late, because from another late in this period, it's kind of a normality for me. So, yes, but in general, bit also verso metà late, poi sono metà cioè, explain better to this thing, poi, yes, Altre ipotesi attuali still fare io von Gregor Gaccia sembrano street was started in fact back as finta nessun problema start with it fin start link da Milk at 15 in parte number 38 whose yes so in trago di serie se meno 3 so stretch I do repeat incluso si cade record also from late from also at the meantime no mess repeat era just roll up just in quarter 33 minutes but the important thing to show cinema set in some also dei fortuna so ma mi lang e na se io ne sai e che fa sono most buildings a favore absolutely. As you know, since I think it should be almost 1 year, no more or so more than 1 year, I was also lost the point in this thing, effect of X for a reason. Infatti, I'm getting this integration 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks ago, and it was the fifth reason, lost the words, beautiful reason, red, black, and also white, and slightly different model for those who follow me on Friday weather reports, perhaps, come you think, yes, this should be in time di più, every music detto one day or one time, so anytime c'è questo più better, per esempio, c'è stato il sing, un metodo semplice, e per usare un short so bisogna su gioco per o che batte mostro io, il fatto ripeto morte mania, atta, siamo col sino fine sarà bisco, sarà mai finito fact there, me bisco come su bisco in sia, fica trovare besti, non si pensa che non sta per bisco sarà gioco chip quiz, o da quiz chip chocolate chips. Infatti mi seguo, adesso fai tutto bisco, non si legge. But in particolare, I think se lo userei, this first one is about the milk factory, short, you get to take off obviously, but also squeaky short, in fact, since con i short fragment video, so short, if you last think 6-7 months, adesso si chiese lo sto conscio, bisogna di pieno, se ne c'è questo, there was no money, quick, so it finisce, nowadays, once again, it's bruttito, once again, I think 167, 68, 69 years, adesso si chiese lo sto conscio, this is the time period, so now it's actually better. So se siete monitored today, a pattern insert it once again in micro, very good news. E quindi se also affecting cosa back fast sa cosa bomb sa spin particolare mega bomb mi forse che sa spirit gioco per gioco ma to so one year so of course I'm living the first time for that period and if it's something which is tolla Nicolas back fast sa cosa mega bomb se continua se qualsiasi fa e if Rabio sia strada cona da insegnare for me sa siamo più position perhaps pensiamo also exequo in the bam già art siamo più position because what if piece of position for me there na bam l'Italian bam dark shock di sì fa corsature come nel Matteo because they are really super bad